Now, Ronnie, before we go any further, you have to tell us what heavy metal is.
Well, it was a term that was coined originally by a guy named John Kay, who was in a band that did the song Born to be Wild. The band was Steppenwolf. And the first time that that word was ever mentioned, really, in any kind of status that people would remember was from that song. The line was heavy metal thunder. And someone must have heard that word and said, wow, heavy metal, that's a wonderful way to explain what this music is about. Well, it's just, certainly the heavy part takes care of most of it. It's very big sounding, very bottomy sounding. It doesn't apologize for the music that it makes. It attacks you. It comes after you. It's very aggressive. That's really what heavy metal music is. It's just, it's bigger than life itself. Those of us who make it anyway.
Does it have used certain instruments? Does that make it louder or bigger than life? Well,
of course. I mean, you know, this is the, what should we say? We shouldn't say the century. It's the last 3 decades of the guitar. That's, you know, I mean, the guitar has become the premier instrument of the world. And I guess, you know, the reason would have to be hearkening back to, you know, from Les Paul to Elvis Presley to the things that came along. The guitar was the instrument that was easiest to play for the normal person, for the average everyday person. You could pick up a guitar, play a chord, even if it didn't sound right, it kind of made some sense to you. So the guitar, being the premier instrument, is the instrument that is the foundation of heavy metal music. Of course, that's a big, crunchy guitar sound, or gnarly, as the word used to be. But it has to be coupled, of course, with some other very important factors, and that's drums and bass. Without drums and bass, there's no sense for the drummer or the guitar player or the singer to be there.
But every band has drums, bass, and guitar. You must do something different with it.
It's all attitude, Joan. It really is.
Is it really more of that?
It's attitude. You have to want to play that kind of music. You want to have to go out and unconsciously think that you're going to be smashing people over the head with a hammer. That's the way drummers think, for a start. Good ones in heavy metal. They play bigger than life.
I see.
I think we'd all have to give a guy named John Bonham the credit for drummers being influenced the way that this man played was like someone from another planet. He gave all the impetus to those who came after him. And heavy metal really started, I'd say, more with John Bonham as a drummer than anyone else.